Hello viewers, welcome to Event Digital class. In today's lecture, I am going to discuss about pattern recognition. Let us start. First of all, what is pattern? Pattern is everything around in this digital world. A pattern can either be seen physically or it can be observed mathematically by applying some algorithms. That means here pattern is nothing but it is everything that we seen in our physical world, or you can say that pattern can be derived by using some mathematical algorithm. Now take one example. The colors on the clothes, speech pattern and others. These are the different example of pattern. In computer science, a pattern is represented by using the vector features value. Next, in a typical pattern recognition application, the raw data is processed and converted into a form that is amenable for a machine to use. That means here we can say that pattern recognition is nothing but it is an application where the raw data is processed and it generates a form which can be used by a machine. Then pattern recognition involves classification and cluster of patterns. That means basically the pattern recognition uses classification and clusters. Next, classification. In classification, an appropriate class label is assigned to a pattern based on an abstraction that is generated using a set of training patterns or domain knowledge, and this classification is used in supervised learning. That means here in classification the data is classified according to their similarity or difference, and after classification the data are labeled, and basically this classification process is used in our supervised learning. Next, clustering. Clustering generated a partition of the data which helps decision making, the specific decision making activity of interest to us. Clustering is used on unsupervised learning. That means here clustering is nothing but that is the grouping of data and which helps us for decision making, and basically this clustering process is used in our unsupervised learning. This is all about the classification process and the clustering process. Next, features may be represented as contiguous, discrete or discrete binary variables. A feature is a foundation of one or more measurements computed so that it quantifies some significant characteristics of the object. That means here feature may be represented as contiguous or discrete contiguous binary, and this feature is a function of one or more measurements that computed to quantify some significant characteristics. Now take one example. In this example, consider our face, and in our face eyes, ear, nose and others are features of our face. A set of features that are taken together forms the feature vector, which means here when we take one object, from that object feature is nothing but that is the description of that object, and when we take all the features together that represents the feature vector. Now take another example. In the above example of face, if all the features that is eyes, ear, nose taken together, then the sequence of feature vector is represented as within the square bracket eyes, ear and nose. In this example, we are taking our face as one object, and in our face we take the ear, eyes, nose as the feature of our face. Then when we represent these within the square bracket, we can call it as feature vector. Next, feature vector is the sequence of features represented as d-dimensional column vector. Next is pattern recognition possesses the following features. That means here I am going to discuss about the features of pattern recognition. Pattern recognition system should recognize familiar pattern quickly and accurately. which means the pattern recognition process recognize the familiar pattern quickly and accurately. Next, recognize and classify unfamiliar objects, which means the pattern recognition process also recognize the unfamiliar pattern and classify them. Next, accurately recognize shapes and objects from different angles. Next one is identify patterns and objects when partly hidden, which means the pattern recognition also identifies the pattern of an object if the part of that object is hidden. Next one is recognize patterns quickly with ease and with automaticity. These are the different features of our pattern recognition process. Next, training and learning in pattern recognition. First of all, we will discuss about the learning. Learning is a phenomena through which a system gets trained and becomes adaptable to give result in an accurate manner. That means learning is a process through which we can train a system and that system gives the accurate result after training. Next, learning is the most important phase as how well the system performs on the data provided to the system depends on which algorithm used on that data. Which means during the learning process we can know that how the system actually works, because in learning process we train that system for performing the particular task. Next, entire dataset is divided into two categories. One which is used in training the model, that is training set, and the other that is used in testing the model after training, that is the testing set. Which means in pattern recognition the entire dataset is divided into two parts. One is the training dataset which is used during the training process or which is used by the training model, and the another dataset is the testing set which is used by the testing model after training. Now look at the training dataset. Training set is used to build a model. It consists of set of images which are used to train the system. That means the training dataset consists of the set of images for training the system or training the model. Training rules and algorithms used give relevant information on how to associate input data with output decision. That means during the training process we train the system by giving some training data, and that training data consists of the input with their output. That means the training rules and algorithms are basically used to associate the input data with their output. Next, the system is trained by applying these algorithms on the dataset, and all the relevant information is extracted from the data and results are combined. That means during the training phase, the system is trained by giving some training set, and that training set is given through some algorithm. And by using this algorithm, the data also retrieved from the model. And here generally 80% of the data of the dataset is taken for training data. Next one is testing set. Testing data is used to test the system, and this testing is performed after training the system. It is the set of data which is used to verify whether the system is producing the correct output or not. And generally 20% of the data of the dataset used for testing. And testing data is used to measure the accuracy of the system. That means here you remember that the training dataset is basically used for training the system. And here the 80% of the dataset is basically used for training dataset. and the testing data set is used for testing the system whether the system is producing the correct output or not. And from the whole data set, 20% of the data used for testing data set. Now take one example. A system which identifies which category a particular flower belongs to is able to identify 7 category of flowers correctly out of 10 and rest other wrong. Then the accuracy is 70%. That means in this example, if you are taking a system which is basically used to categorize the different flowers, then if you are taking 10 flowers and process it and the system gives the 7 correct output and rest the wrong output, then you can say that this system accuracy is 70%. Now look at this figure. This figure shows how the whole data set is divided into 2 different data sets. That means in Patak recognition, the data set is divided into 2 different data sets. One is the training data set, another one is the testing data set. And the training data set is used to build the system, whether the testing data set is used to check whether the system gives us the correct output or not. Now take a real-time example. A pattern is a physical object or an abstract notion. While talking about the class of animals, a description of an animal would be a pattern. That means here it says that when we take one object or when we take one animal, then the description of that animal is nothing but that is the pattern. Next, while talking about various types of balls, then description of balls is a pattern. In the case of balls considered as pattern, the class should be football, cricket ball, table tennis ball and others. Which means when we take one particular object, then the description of that object is nothing but that is the pattern. But in our ball example, that ball example may belongs to different class. That means that ball may be a cricket ball or may be a table tennis ball or may be a football. Given a new pattern, the class of the pattern is to be determined. The choice of attribute and representation of patterns is very important step in pattern classification. Which means in Patak recognition, the attributes defines the pattern of that object, so that the choice of attributes and representation of pattern is very important step in pattern classification. A good representation is one which makes use of discriminating attributes and also reduce the computational burden in pattern classification. That means here if you represent the object in a good manner, so that good representation discriminate the attributes and also reduce the computational burden in pattern classification. Next, an obvious representation of a pattern will be a vector, which means in pattern recognition the pattern can be represented by using a vector. Each element of the vector can represent one attribute of the pattern. That means when we represent our pattern by using the vector, then that vector can be represented by using the different element. And here each element of the vector can represent one attribute of our pattern. Next, the first element of the vector will contain the value of the first attribute for the pattern being considered, which means when we represent our pattern by using a vector, then the first element of our vector represents the first pattern or the first attribute of our pattern. Now, take one example. While representing a spherical object, then we take suppose 25, 1. may be represent a spherical object with 25 units of weight and 1 unit of diameter. That means when we take one object and we want to identify the pattern of that object, after identifying the pattern, then we use the vector to represent the pattern. Here in this example, we take the pattern that is the spherical object. If we represent that pattern, that is 25, 1, here the 25 represents the 25 units of weight and 1 unit of diameter. Next, the class label can form a part of the vector. If spherical object belong to class 1, then the vector would be 25, 1, 1, which means here the first element represents the weight of that object and the second element represents the diameter of the object and the third element that represents the class of the object. In this way, we can represent the pattern by using the vector. Next, advantages of pattern recognition. The first advantage is pattern recognition solves classification problem. Because in our classification problem, when we take the raw data and we want to classify that data, first of all we use the similarity of that data or the difference of that data. According to the similarity and the difference, we classify the data. But here when we use the pattern recognition process, then we can easily classify the data. Next one is the pattern recognition solves the problem of fake biometric detection. Next, it is useful for cloth pattern recognition for visually impaired blind people, which means the pattern recognition process helps the visually impaired blind people to recognize the pattern of the cloth. Next, we can recognize particular object from different angle by using the pattern recognition. Next one is disadvantages of pattern recognition process. Here, first one is synthetic pattern recognition approach is complex to implement and it is very slow process. Next, sometime to get better accuracy, larger data set is required. That means when we take the larger data set, then it is very difficult to apply the pattern recognition process. Next one is it cannot explain why particular object is recognized. For example, my face versus my friend's face. Next, applications of pattern recognition. First application is image processing, segmentation analysis. In pattern recognition, this pattern recognition is used to give human recognition intelligence to machine, which is required in image processing. Next application is computer vision. That means in pattern recognition, we use this process to extract meaningful features from a given image or video samples, and it is used to computer vision for various applications like biological and biomedical imaging. This is all about the pattern recognition. If you have any doubt regarding the pattern recognition, then you can ask me through comment. I will discuss about your doubt. Thank you for watching.